Hello. How
Dude, why
is
does it sound like you used a
everybody?
microphone?
I am using a microphone.
Oh, she's rich.
I've been using the microphone the whole time we do the show.
Dead ass.
Yeah, it's just a small microphone though. It's not like the cool stuff. See? It's like $30 on Amazon.
Damn, okay. $30. Okay, yeah. You got that.
What, you thought I was expensive?
It's more than I'm willing to spend money on.
Oh. Well, I mean, my dream is to like really get like a full or real setup. Like to really
Me
like
too. But
yeah.
I really don't even like creating content. I just like yapping. So I'm like, why
Yeah.
do too much?
Having to be my own producer
Hi,
too is
Jalen.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
I don't even edit the podcast. I just whatever. There you go.
me neither. I'll put like a little music on at the beginning and end. Like, we'll
I don't
do
even
this
fucking do that.
one take
Whatever.
only.
I'm like, if you're listening, you probably most people aren't fucking listening. So that's fine. Whatever.
It's all fun, guys.
Anyways. Hi y'all. Good morning.
Hello. I would like to say that today I had to mute so many of my friends from the UK. Because the spoilers were coming in left and right, and I'm not used to having that experience. But have and behold, we had the first ever
That
Dynamite
is not
outside.
the expression.
Huh?
That is not the expression.
What?
You said
What
have
was,
and behold. It's lo and behold.
I said now and behold.
I still don't think that's it's low. It's lo and behold.
Oh, it might. Well, low, no, yo, ro.
Sorry.
Shit, I
Go
don't
ahead,
know.
queen.
I'm delirious, okay? But here we are. First ever Dynamite outside of North America in Cardiff, Wales. First of all, I mean, that's a really great achievement, I would say, for AEW to like to do that. And also too, have we talked since the announcement came out about All in Texas?
No, y'all in, baby.
Listen, I just want you to know so much stuff that I will never be able to actually share on the internet will be happening that weekend. I don't mean that in like a you get what I'm saying, but man, it's gonna be a time. I am so
It's
excited.
gonna be a time. Baby, I got my Stetson. I'm ready. Okay. We're going Barbie chic, baby. We going all in. That's for damn sure.
We're giving Barbie, we're giving Cowboy Carter. It's getting
yes.
We're giving Hangman
Cunty
Page.
cowgirl. Yeah.
You're giving Hangman Page.
And we'll get back to you, but don't worry.
Well, oh yeah, don't worry. You get your own section. As always. Man, listen.
God damn.
I love the rollout for All in Texas. Like I loved that visual of Athena, Mercedes, and Swerve was powerful. Like with the belts. And also having Athena be a centerpiece for this from the rip.
I'm gonna need that expeditiously. That Mercedes Athena main event gonna go crazy, and we need Megan Thee Stallion to do like halftime. You know?
Yeah. They said, "Listen, I want you to know, All In is for the DEIs. I'm letting y'all know right now today.
I'm claiming it.
This is all DEI wrestling."
Yeah, and then the other part of that was, did you see Darby? He was like, I was just walking around looking for something to jump off of.
And you want to know what's crazy? Before that interview dropped, I'm almost positive you said that. I bet Darby walking around there. Yeah, looking for something to jump off of. I'm almost positive you said that.
Baby, I don't have sources, but I do have a prophetic nature. That's all.
I'm really excited. I mean, Globe Life, and guess what?
What?
Did you know that that stadium is air conditioned?
I wasn't going if it wasn't. I know you from the South. I know y'all get down like that. Us Midwestern folk. I'm gonna need some
like,
and
here's the thing. I was terrified because I am from the South and we really do get down like that. And I was like, fuck.
I'm not doing it.
I was like, fuck. I was 100% gonna do it either way, but
I don't love none of y'all like that. I've never been to Texas.
I've only been once, and it was for wrestling. And I went to Final Battle 22, and I saw that was the night that Athena won the title.
Foreshadowing?
It's fate.
I'm just saying.
But shout out, yes. And it also rumors are that AEW is doing an international pay-per-view in Australia.
Which is crazy because I already, I've been telling everyone that I'm going to Australia next year. And so now I just have to, I need them to make that announcement official so I can finalize that. And I feel like they're being very inconsiderate of me specifically, you know? So I don't know who I can talk to about that, but I'm going to need a date expeditiously.
I've also, I have a dream of seeing wrestling on every continent.
I don't have that dream. Antarctica?
Except for that one.
We'll see, but then, the other ones. Then I feel like there's no point because
there's nothing. But there's nothing on Antarctica though. It's literally a scientific only place.
Yeah, so why would you make that a goal then?
Because I want to go to all the other ones.
6 for 7. There's 7 continents, right?
Well, there's only 6 that are available to me as just a tourist.
You can go to the other one.
Can you?
Wait. What we got? North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Australia's its own little weird thing.
Asia. Antarctica.
Oh, you don't like black people?
What?
You're not going to Africa?
What? I was talking about Antarctica, not Africa.
I don't know.
I was saying you can't go to Antarctica without being a scientist. You have to have
you can go to Antarctica. Yes, you can.
I don't think you can.
Is that not where people be? Never mind. I feel like this is not a decent representation of me. I'm where do you see the Northern Lights? Right, Antarctica.
Girl, you talking about the whole opposite point of the world. That's and also pause.
Not up.
It's the Northern Lights. North. Antarctica.
I think I realized I don't know where Antarctica is.
You're thinking about where Iceland and shit is. Alaska?
I thought that was in Europe. Alaska. Whoa. Everybody relax. Iceland's in Europe. No, Iceland's in Europe.
Yes, it is. It is.
So that's not what I'm talking about because Antarctica is not in Europe.
I know. Here's the thing. So there are snow caps on both ends of the world, right? So yes, it's not Antarctica, but it is a collection of ice caps at the top of the axis.
Okay, so what are you saying and being oh, you can't go to Antarctica?
I said you can't go to Antarctica, the continent, without scientific orders. That's what I'm saying. I said no, you cannot.
I think you made that up.
Antarctica is an uncommitted territory. People you can go to. You can.
Everybody disagrees with you.
But the thing is, nobody owns Antarctica, so there's not any hotels.
When they crashed the Titanic. Sorry. Sorry. Icebergs.
I don't think you can get off the boat within Antarctica. There's no hotels or anything there because nobody owns it. What, like, there's never going to
What do
be
you
a
mean
time.
owns it? Nobody owns land.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
No, I'm just saying, like, there's no countries that have jurisdiction over it or anything like that. Like, Antarctica
they have
is
their
just
own jurisdiction, no?
no. Antarctica does not have a government or anything like that.
Nobody lives there.
Nobody lives there permanently.
Anyway, guys, welcome back.
Like, nobody lives in Antarctica permanently because no.
So long. That
now
was
I'm
so
about to, like,
long.
go on, like, a full deep dive of, like,
it's okay. Clearly, I was mixing up all the continents. Look, this is not our specialty, okay?
The moral of the story is I would like to see wrestling on every continent where there is wrestling.
You can always give somebody a German on the ice caps.
A what?
You can give somebody a German suplex. Yeah,
okay,
on ice caps.
Well, when Darby Allin goes to Antarctica, I will go to Antarctica to see it.
And I'll fight him. So it'll be me versus Darby, Antarctica. What can we call it? Like,
this motherfucker gonna jump off the South Pole.
Frozen in the ocean, something like that. Off the pole is crazy. Anyway, Dynamite.
We started off with the women.
The first hour was booty, in my humble opinion.
Really?
I didn't like it at all. I thought the first segment was cool. And then I wasn't tuned in. I like that. Second hour, I was up. But
okay, let's start with the dentist and Mercedes. First of all, Mercedes, you are a very rich bitch. A very rich bitch. I know some people, like, her outfits and stuff were expensive, I think, a bit in WWE, but now that, like, she knows she has the money, and now that we know she has the money, it's a different level of wealth that she's flaunting on screen. That's a very rich bitch. To have that many custom wigs in your arsenal, that alone,
that's a goal of mine.
That's a goal, man. Like, wow. Nene Leakes would bow before Mercedes Moné.
She would have to hold that.
She could never say, you have a white refrigerator. Never. I know your refrigerator.
I said, a white refrigerator, honey. Let's go find you a home. This opening segment was cool. I mean, I think Mercedes always does better in promos when there's someone to go off of. She always does better. And I think that she has really settled into being the one that's getting paid the most, the one that, that, like, aspect of her character I've really enjoyed. The match, I'm not looking forward to, but I'm sure the entrances will be beautiful.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Dentist, look, gowns, beautiful gowns. Dentist, put your shoulders to the mat and make it hasty. I hate to break it to you, like.
Yeah, I will say I think that this segment did what it needed to do. I think this rivalry, they did the best that they could. I think this was a good go home segment, but we know that this could have been much hotter, but they lost a lot of momentum over the last few weeks after that suspension and everything.
I don't think that was a huge difference maker. I really don't.
I think being off TV for 2 weeks, I do think it was a difference maker.
I don't, because I think the reality is, to me, the difference maker is just like we're approaching the time where the actual match will happen. And I don't think there's a whole lot of excitement for the actual showdown between the two of them. So I think the 2 weeks of being on screen, actually, I'm not sure what else you could have said that you haven't said already. Can't set foot.
Thank you, whoever that was, with the Antarctic. Sorry, pause. I'm gonna let you finish
Sorry.
whatever. But actually, I'm gonna put this comment up here for everybody to read it. You can't step foot on Antarctica unless you have prior approval. Even if you paid for it for a cruise, there has to be a weight limit and stuff, and they will keep you on the cruise boat. Thank you, Star Mendez. Thank you.
You know what? No. Thank you for sharing that information. If you guys are just gonna say stuff, cite your sources, because I don't know and she don't know, so you can't just sit up here and say something because we'll believe it all.
I choose to believe you.
Don't care about your feelings, Lyric.
I didn't listen to him, and I'm not listening to you. Nah. Thank you, Star Mendez. Continue. Thank you.
Guess we both ain't shit. I forgot. What was he talking about? Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I understand people being like, yeah, the 2 weeks off screen. I totally get it. I think that we would be in the same position regardless. I don't think that this was ever going to be a particularly. It had the potential to be a really heated feud until you saw what Britt is producing in the ring right now, which was never going to deliver the first anticipated product.
But see, I agree and disagree. I agree that matters to you, and I agree that matters to me, and I think I agree that matters to a part of the part of the fan base that really cares about the match itself. But let's just be real. For Britt Baker to be as popular as she is in AEW, the reason for it is because a lot of people don't care about the actual matches. That's
That's a great point. Who is going to check me if there's no government in Antarctica? Yeah. So if there's a weight limit, who the fuck gonna stop you?
But the thing is,
I'm sorry. We will get back to talking about.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, who will stop you is the country with jurisdiction over whoever made the cruise ship. That's the country. So that's the thing. Whoever is the owner, yeah.
So if I sneak a gun on
what
boat and I shoot somebody in Antarctica,
but the thing is, you can't get off the boat.
Hypothetically,
I
can. They just said with prior approval. So if I get prior approval, and then the boat docks, and I get my little ass off there, and I'm in Antarctica, and I shoot somebody.
You can't get prior approval off a boat.
How can I?
Off a cruise, at least. If you had prior approval, why would you come over on a cruise?
What else you gonna wait? So cruise ships can't. No, she said for a cruise there has to be a weight limit and stuff.
You know what? I think we need to do our research. I think we need to research. We just vibing.
I'll just hit this. Nobody Google it. Okay, I'm about to do it right out later. Nobody Google it. The question is, can you get off the boat in Antarctica, or can you step foot in Antarctica? And then you can ask that, and then I, in my nature, will ask the more extreme question. So if I shoot somebody in Antarctica, who do I get in trouble with? Who gonna check me? Chloe said you can't get on the boat without prior approval from the government that you can actually go. What government, though?
I think it could be your government, because I think there's a collection of countries who have collective jurisdiction, but none of them are in charge. Does that make sense?
Are we in on it? That doesn't sound very American. I feel like if we were in on it, we would.
Shut up, man.
We would claim it. Oh, private, because I'm like, if the U.S. government is like, man, no, you good, but nobody's keeping track of that. It's not like you bring government people unless there's government people on the boats.
Okay. Antarctica is governed by the Antarctic Treaty System, a legally binding set of international agreements that was signed in 1959 by 12 countries. The been agreed to by many other nations, and as of November 2020, 54 nations have signed the treaty. The treaty establishes Antarctica as a continent dedicated to science and peace and recognizes that international cooperation and scientific research in Antarctica has contributed significantly to scientific knowledge. Listen, there's more. The treaty is administered through yearly meetings called the Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meetings, which involve member nations and observer organizations.
Time out.
No. Listen.
So wait, time out. Did the meetings take place in Antarctica?
Listen, when a decision, measure, or resolution is passed at the ATCM, it is ratified and legislated in each member nation. This means that visitors to Antarctica are subject to the laws of the treaty that have been ratified in their home country. For example, an Australian citizen visiting Antarctica would remain subject to Australian law, including the measures, decisions, and resolutions of the Antarctic Treaty System.
So, I would have to get dual citizenship somewhere that is not a part of this 54 treaty system, right? And then I'm good. Because if my country didn't sign it, I'm free, right? Also, where do they have this little convening to talk about the treaty? Because if you have it there in Antarctica before you've passed anything, who's in charge of that? Are you gonna tell me that we meet in Canada and we make the decision about fucking Antarctica?
Okay, I'm gonna see where it's held.
Sorry, y'all. When I
tell we gotta get down to the bottom of this.
Me and Lyric every week after we do this have like the dumbest conversations, and we be forgetting that we're on live sometimes. This is one of those instances. Because what the fuck are we talking about?
Okay, so it varies. So like this year it was held in Kochi, India. Last year it was held in Helsinki, whatever. I didn't mean to say whatever like that, but you understand. It was in Finland. The year before that it was in Berlin, Germany.
Lyric hates the Finnish.
In 2026, it'll be held in Hiroshima, Japan. And so the Secretariat of the Antarctic,
if there are still ice caps by then.
Okay. In Japan?
No,
you mean oh, damn. The Secretariat of the Antarctic Treaty is located in downtown Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Buenos Aires. So, 54 countries. I'm trying to think of a country that's probably not on there. Cuba is.
I know that.
Cuba's not on there. So if I go get dual citizenship in Cuba, then go renounce my U.S. citizenship, and then I go to Antarctica and I take somebody out, I should be home free.
Okay, so they have people who aren't actually, they can't make decisions, but they are just there.
Somebody said I should do it with Russia. Okay.
So the 57
20 minutes.
Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, but now we just got to commit at this point.
We'll put a bow on it.
Oh my gosh, Russia's in it.
No, I mean that makes sense though, because don't they have ice caps in Russia?
Yes, they do. For a large portion of it, because Russia is actually split technically.
They have polar bears.
Yeah, because Russia is technically split between Europe and Asia, so it's gigantic. So the 29 consultative, these are voting members: Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Brazil, Bulgaria, Chile, China, Czech Republic, Ecuador, Finland. France, Germany, India, Italy, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Peru, Poland, Russia, South Africa, Spain,
pues si me pongo cubana,
Ukraine, United Kingdom, Uruguay.
Yo declaro que soy cubana.
United States.
¿Qué van a hacer? Y me voy a Antártica y mato a alguien, sea lo que sea, porque no pueden hacer nada, porque mi país.
Oh gosh, bro, what?
No está involucrada. So, if I go ghost for a little bit, y'all, Just know I had some business to handle up north. North?
Wait, you talking about for where? Or
Antarctica?
Antarctica's definitely south.
Okay. Fine.
Oh God. So think about it. North Pole, it's always the opposite of Antarctica.
How was I supposed to know that?
Because Santa, think about it. Santa be up there, Antarctica be down here.
Why would I know that?
Why would you not know this?
It's not like they call it the South Pole. Ignore that.
Danny. Okay. I think they've learned a little bit too much about us today. I think, all right. Let's talk about the dentist.
I don't want to.
Okay, well, moving on. You want to talk about Chris Jericho?
Oh, brother. I can't win.
Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. You had to say it like that.
Okay. So then my mortal enemy was here. Also, I want to say really quickly, I tweeted earlier this week, and I was like, it really like haunts my dreams that Chris Jericho is the first AEW World Champion. And guess what? The target demographic of Loserville, the fucking men, find that tweet and they're like, if you were really watching AEW, you would know Jericho was an integral part. Da-da-da-da. Let me stop you right there. I know. I don't fucking care. I just think that the bitch is annoying. Not that he's not important, just that he's fucking annoying. All right? And it irritates me. It irritates me. And that era of Jericho did not bother me. It didn't. It irritates me that this era of Jericho can look back on that and call himself the first AEW World Champion. I don't have to explain myself on literally anything, and I won't. I just don't think that men should speak to me ever, let alone
you started. Hey, you said that you should stop there. I don't think men should speak.
If you're a real ally to womanhood, you would exist in silence so that we could have more air.
Just be silent. All right. Woo, that was riveting.
This has been the most nonsensical.
This has been the craziest episode, bro. What was next? I'm sorry.
Jericho is here. Whoop de whoop de woo. Next.
Okay, we had the conglomeration.
I love the conglomeration. Number one conglomerate.
So announced that both him and Kyle O'Reilly will be in the Casino Gauntlet match. You said that we already knew that. I didn't know we knew that.
Kyle O'Reilly. Yeah, babe. They did the match to see who was going to enter first. You remember? It was actually pretty good.
And Orange Cassidy won.
Yeah, and Kyle O'Reilly was in there.
But so at that point, I guess the way that I interpreted it was that the other two wouldn't be in the match at all.
Oh no, it was about who gets to come in first. And they kept being like, it's about positioning because you never know when the match could end. So you want to be in there.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny that they did that because knowing now how many it's clear there's gonna be a lot of entrants in this match. It's gonna feel closer to a Royal Rumble. You're kind of at a disadvantage if you go in first.
Yeah, you definitely are. But you know, I thought that from the jump.
Your three-way match though.
It was. Yeah, I'm never gonna be mad at seeing Kyle O'Reilly on my screen. Kyle O'Reilly.
Yes. I love the conglomeration. Yeah, Big Willow out there, Big Ishii out there. Everybody was out there. Conglomeration. I love this faction. I don't know. Yep, can they get some merch? I'm trying to conglomerate.
I'm the number one conglomerate. That's for damn sure. Real. And I don't understand why I can't rep them.
Real conglomeration.
Maybe they'll be our. Maybe they'll be our. I feel like the conglomeration could get us our pink crop tops that I keep fighting for.
Ooh, I like that. I think that would be great. Um.
Thank you.
So next we had
Means a lot.
Will Ospreay and Wells, which I would say was a great, fantastic. Listen, man, a lot. You know, I'm not saying this to be a hater or anything, y'all. MJF got cooked. Like it was
Baby.
nasty. And I mean, he pulled out all the typical tricks of like, you know, your girl's a slut, all those different stuff that he likes to do. It did not land at all. Billy Goat was Teflon. He left that man bleeding in the middle of the ring, but Billy Goat was Teflon.
He won that shit. Hey, here's what I'll say, right? I've been watching. I hate Will Ospreay right now. I, for some reason, made the decision I was going to watch every single match available of his ever. That I've watched like 200 Ospreay matches in the past few weeks. I hate seeing his face right now. But tonight reminded me why I started doing it in the beginning and why I was interested in him. Because he ate this dude up. And you know what? Where there's smoke, there's fire. Because Ospreay got up there and he told MJF, no, I didn't even fucking work here. But you was out here playing your silly little games and your boss called me because he didn't trust you to do it. And I said, ooh.
Everything he said. And the thing is, I hate to say it, y'all, everything he said was true. It was 100% true about that world title reign, about all of it.
He said, it was fun in games. It went on too much.
This is the first time I feel like one of Max's peers, not like the Bryan Danielsons, we're not counting Jon Moxley, we're not counting the CM Punk, none of that. This is the first time that one of Max's peers has been built to be his equal. And I mean, in the sense of they have been given the opportunity to really honestly look strong. Because Max, in every single feud that he has had, I don't think that with his peers, whether it was like Darby or whether it's Sammy or whether it's Jungle Boy, whether it's who else? Jay White, people in his age range, right? He has always been made to look like the strongest, like super strong.
Thank you for asking, Chloe. You just made my day. Sorry.
But this right here was the first time, man. It's not like, oh no, cheap heat. Like, nah, he got cooked. And also you could tell he was shaking up.
Because here's the thing, right? When you're sitting there or you're standing there and someone, you know what? I was just I'm so scatterbrained today. I was just thinking about that Ricky Starks promo. There's been a whole lot of conversation about him, whatever. I remember vividly sitting there watching Ricky Starks go off on that bitch. He said, I'm slapping the mole off your neck. I said, okay, hold on. This had that same feeling
was fire.
Where I said, hold on, because you as Max, you're sitting there doing the same old tip, you know, I was gonna say tips and tricks, but you know, doing the same old shtick. And somebody right here is standing across from you telling you the truth. All right. And these two things stacked against each other are not a good look for you.
And also, like, this was that on like steroids, because I think that it was because also too, Ospreay was speaking calmly. He didn't raise his voice.
No, he was
He literally was just saying it. And also, like, that
I'm not even worked up. I'm just telling you the truth.
That visual, not even the visual, but like the sound too of Ospreay calmly talking while the crowd was saying Ospreay. Like,
MJF said, they don't know you. I said, baby, they don't.
That's crazy aura. I think it's also too of him like saying like they don't know you. Like that's in the UK where literally Ospreay put the UK wrestling scene on his back for years of like, if they don't know him, who does?
And you know, it's different. You know, a lot of times we'll say this about Jericho, but like the sentiment that just because people just because you're a heel does not mean that you're getting the reaction of people that you want, you know?
Mhm.
And this was a situation in which Max wanted a different reaction than what he was actually garnering. You are
100%.
trying, you know, you're trying to do the little shit. You're trying to make them hate you. They don't hate you. They're listening to Will Ospreay and they agree with him. That's the difference. They're not sitting up here booing you and shit. They're not sitting up here, you know, so angry at you. You're trying all the, you know, all the stuff to get them to boo you. It's not even that, bruh. We just he's clocking your tea. And I think that this was a stark example, truly, that MJF's whole like pro America, like all that shtick, if it was going to hit anywhere, it was going to hit here. We didn't even have to worry about that because Ospreay said, "Nah, fuck all that. I'm gonna talk to you real quick."
And his people said, we don't give a fuck about what you talk about, actually. And I think it's also one of those times, too, of just, I think, how do I say it? Like you said, this is one of the rare times where I genuinely believe the audience loves Ospreay more than they hate MJF.
By
like,
far.
They like that. They don't care about you. Like, they love this man.
Mm-hmm.
They love this man. They going to war about him.
And I think that there's a conversation to be had because even MJF being like, you know, they loved me before you. I get where you're coming from. I get where we're going with all that. At the end of the day, I don't think you want to go down that route because Ospreay is that over and that much that guy that I'm like, I don't think that going down that route is a good thing for MJF. And he was polarizing beforehand. We were doing all the, you know, we were doing all the shit with Adam Cole and it was fun or whatever, but Ospreay was right. Shit went on too long, people changed their mind about you. Your title reign went on too long, people changed their mind about you. The people are done. The girls are done.
And also, too, this is going to be very interesting for MJF because this is going to be the first time that he really lays down for one of his peers. Because he's going to have to lay down. And like for one of his peers, because the thing of the guys he's like lost a championship to, Samoa Joe, you know, like the guys that he's lost to, he hasn't lost to a lot of his peers. Like, not in a big spot like this. This is going to take some humility. Like, in my scare, like when Ospreay said, please have a wrestling match. Please have a wrestling match. I said, because we know you gonna overbook this to infinity and beyond. If you ain't coming to wrestle, do not come. We want the grass.
And you know, I think that Dan said, and I agree that, you know, the Adam Cole injury played a huge, you know, role in the way that we perceive MJF now, because his title reign went on too long and he lost a lot of good favor. I would argue that we would largely be in the same position because I think Ospreay is just that guy.
Let me tell you something. A Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom until a real Phantom pull up. I'm going to say that one more again for people who didn't understand it. A Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom until a real Phantom pull up. And I think that, I think that long a day has been coming for Max to really, really meet his match as far as one guy that he can't talk down to, one guy he can't bury, one guy he can't throw little jabs at like he's done with the Takeshita's, the Jay
So what
White,
else you got?
The Roosh, you know, like this is the one guy that you can't bully in the bag, tell Tony Khan what he gonna do, what he not gonna do about Will Ospreay. You know, you can't do all that.
Maybe find the wall again because you're gonna get real mad.
He got the right one. He got the right one. He
And I'm
finally found the
excited.
right one.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'm good.
I was just gonna say, I mean, I said from the jump, I thought that their match on Dynamite was good and entirely unnecessary because I think that you wrestled for an hour. I would argue like needlessly, knowing that there's a pay-per-view coming up. So I don't expect like over the top 6 stars from the actual match itself, but I do think that it will be very symbolic for the future of AEW. I really do. Not just the result, but kind of everything. So yeah. But Maxwell, you got to go home. You got to get in the booth. You got to start writing some new material, baby. Because if everybody gonna start coming for you like that, you're fucked.
You're done. And here's the thing: there's still guys that you haven't gone toe to toe with. Cause Swerve, he not gonna play with you. Hangman, you already know what's up with him. Like, literally, get in the booth. Get in the booth. There's that. Next, listen, man, we already talked him up. Hangman, hey. I would like to say before we get into what he did on Dynamite, I feel like we have to talk about this interview.
Wait, before we get into that, even. God damn, this man look fine. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Woof. All right, go ahead.
That interview today.
I love it.
He is the king of immersion. I feel like I'm transported into his world, in his crazy little mentally unstable world. When he speaks, he does everything. I'm so glad I'm really glad that he keeps the mystique alive. Like, the Hangman Adam Page character is bulletproof. He really keeps it alive.
And, we have talked at length about Hangman, and really last week we went into it a lot about Hangman's treatment, his booking, his overall star power and aura. And I just want to say, guys, I'm kind of that nigga. I said I wasn't going to say that anymore. I would like to apologize to the Black community. I'm an ally. I was 17. Anyway.
UNITY.
As a unity. But I think that this interview really, really proved it's him. It's not the extra shit. It's not the booking. That he as a character can overcome all of that shit and will continue to, because he's the deciding factor. This interview, bro. I also want to say, Black Girl Wrestling, we are actively taking nominations for the Op Olympics. So the biggest haters you can think of, the moments that made you say, damn, I should be meaner.
Is there a voting committee? Is there a committee?
You know what? You can be on the committee.
I was about to say, can I be on it, please?
You can absolutely be on the committee. When all the votes are tallied. You're not one of my elite employees. But yeah, so also that's just a side plug. Everybody, send me your biggest moments of hate at Dani Don't Miss. But anyway, this was an exhibition of how to do it. They said, hey man, what do you say to your fans that have said, that support you, but don't really get that? He said, if you're not gonna jump that nigga in a parking lot, then do not
come. He said, do not come. He said, I want the baddest heifers on the floor.
He said, fuck all that shit.
He said, y'all don't love me for real. He said, that's cool or whatever, but you don't actually love me. If you're not about to beat this motherfucker. He said, if you still acknowledge him as the world champion, you are not my type of people. Just for him tonight to say, he said, our world champion. I said, bro, he don't know if he coming or going about this man. His top gone.
He all fucked up. He ain't got no idea.
He said the only thing on my mind is our world champion. I said, "Oh my god."
I love him down, Your Honor. What
And
was the
then
other thing he said? They asked him another like really long, elaborate question. He's like, I don't fucking care. I said, oh.
he said, "Are you fucking crazy?" They said,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He said, y'all think y'all ever like have a mutual respect for each other or something or team up? He said, "What fucking crazy?" I said, "Bro, this is so nuts," and it's so nuts because I'm looking forward to like how is he going to act like when he finally does snap out of it? Like, does he just go back to the Dolly Parton t-shirts like nothing happened?
You know
like
what? I want it to be, I don't want a gradual change. I want just one day him to be like, that was crazy, wasn't it? And I want him just to be like, that was just one really long episode. I don't know.
That was crazy, wasn't it, guys? I was kind of
yeah. But you know what? I can't blame it because unless y'all have had a tall nigga with dreads or locks ruin your life and alter your brain chemistry, you wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. He's been through the ringer, and as someone who has also been through a similar ringer, all right, I wanted to stab him too. All right. So if he said we ride at dawn, guess what, bitch? I'm in the passenger seat. I don't know.
Hey, I am the tall dreadhead nigga who ruins people's lives, okay?
You know what I want to say also? This is unrelated, but then again, we spent half an hour talking about Antarctica. I want to say somebody put like I saw a video earlier of Vikingo Omega, and it just reminded me that was like my first date with my ex, and I bought both the tickets.
At least you got to see Kenny Omega. I will say that's
Danielle, stand the fuck up.
You shared the gift of Omega with that man, and let's jump in.
We need to. So if I catch him in the parking lot, all right. So Swerve or that nigga, either or, can be both.
Both of them.
I just need to make sure that Hangman gonna get down for me the way that I get down for him. That's all.
Bro, Hangman said he did all that, and then they said, "What kind of music you listen to?" He said, "I really like Chaperone, actually, but I do get into a lot of the Marvel back." I said,
"Bro, he's the realest person out there," because sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'm like, "Damn, should I be a better person? Should I let this shit go?" And then I say, "You know what? Fuck no," and I go about my fucking day.
This motherfucker Hangman, they said, "How do you feel about wrestling journalism?" He said, "Journalism." He said, "You know what?" He said, "How did you get my number anyway? Clearly you can't be no real journalist." He said, "How did you get my number?" He said, "Bro, this motherfucker he's so kooky." I want to know, like, I truly, like, even like out in an out of character way. I want to know how he put this stuff together. Like, do you got like a storyboard? Do you just like come up with this shit off dome?
No. This is fueled by some truth and pure crazy. You're not putting that shit on no storyboard, all right? You're sitting there, you're like, if I had a mortal fucking enemy, what would I say about this bitch when prompted? That's all you need to think of. And if you can't find something similar, you don't have enough hate in your heart.
I think another thing that Hangman said, he said
he made you forget about the South Pole. That's true. I guarantee you he doesn't know where it is. Go ahead.
When Hangman was talking about Bryan Danielson, he said, "Nah, I can't. I don't know what he talking about." He said, "I would never be okay with not having that championship." He said, "I cannot speak for that motherfucker, but that would never be." He said, "But me personally," he said, "I can't say I respect that." He said, "That is crazy." He said, "I guarantee you, if it was me, I wouldn't be saying that." I said, that being said, listen, I got a ticket. I got a hotel room. I'm pulling up. He said, "I don't know what I'm doing yet. I got ice in my veins and hate in my heart." He said, "Swerve Strickland, count your days, bitch."
And you know what? I'm sitting up there and I'm like, get him, baby. And I will say, right? It feels like a little bit like that tweet that's like, it's really gonna suck when I have to kill Tony Hawk in the race war. I feel a little bit like I should be on another side. I'm not. So maybe I'll have to dissect that.
What are we talking about?
Race war.
Wait, but how do we get there? So who are we?
Chloe and Jalen, y'all funny. But yeah, I'm just saying, if
oh wait, this is hilarious. What? Y'all funny.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh well, I won't say it because last week I said something. I was like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. Hangman said,
"Let's keep it not racial."
Oh, Renee said, "Can I get a word with you?" He said, "Oh fuck, I can't stand your ass."
A fucking gin? What else can I do for you people?
He's so sick of they can't stand each other so bad, bro. It is so funny. He said, "Listen, I'm here for one thing."
They said, "Hangman, what happened?" I did what I had to do.
He said, "I did what I had to do. I'm in the match." He said, "Mind your business. I don't care about nothing else." He said, "I'm coming for him. I want to take his joy, everything that he loves, everything he ever held dear." He said, "And I don't care about nothing." He said, "To you bitches who gonna be in it?" He said, "I don't care about nothing. I don't care about none of y'all."
He said, "Matter of fact, bring one of the heifers out here."
He said, "Hey, even we used to be friends, right?" Wop, 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 wop.
He rolled his suitcase over him. That's crazy. He did him like I thought Serena was gonna do Cordell in Love Island, but I digress.
Oh. I said, why would he roll that little suitcase over him like that? That was crazy.
And you know what? I'm gonna stick right beside him.
100%. And you want to know what I would like to say?
If my man said we getting down in the parking lot, I guess we getting down in the parking lot.
And you want to know what else was poetic? The segment before this went about at least 15 minutes, at least 15 to 20 minutes. The segment before this, MJF and Ospreay. Hangman had 2 minutes and made them feel just as, if not more important. And that's it.
And he needs to be everywhere for AEW. I have spoken at length. I can forgive the transgressions, but right now he needs to be everywhere with what he's got cooking.
I think also too that interview, especially because it was in Pace magazine, it makes you think of. I think that the character of Hangman Adam Page needs to be front and center a lot more for AEW. I think I
just said that.
Well, no, I'm saying this in agreement. Just I'm just like, no, I'm just like, yeah, I agree with you. Of just and he did that with a written interview, guys. If he was able to do that with the facial expressions and stuff,
you know how hard that shit is. That's tough as fuck.
But he's always been so hands-on with everything. He does a lot of the designs for his own stuff. He is a graphic designer. He gets it. He's very
butterfly jeans. Butterfly jeans.
He's a detail-oriented person, and Hangman Adam Page, what can't you do? Truly. But I will say, now that so many people have been added to this casino gauntlet, it makes me feel it really is going to be almost like AEW's version of the Royal Rumble, which I'm not mad at. At all. I think that this match can be
neither, and it's not surprising to me.
But it needs to get a lot of time.
But
at least 40 minutes. Or 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't think that it will. I'm really nervous that it
depending on. But here's the thing. I disagree because I think that they're going to have some debuts in there. I think maybe either Ricochet, Bobby Lashley, something like that. I do think Takeshita should be in there. There, yeah. And you know what? If you really want to pop me, get that G1 Climax 34 winner in there. Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah. That's my guy, the People's Princess.
Next we had, listen, y'all, we had a match. We had a real match. Big Kazu and Claudio. We did.
No.
It was
What about Tony and Mariah?
Oh, we did. Oh, you know what? I'm going based off of my tweets but I didn't tweet
okay. Because I was like, no, that wasn't before that.
I didn't even tweet about that match. That's why I skipped it. My fault. We had Tony
Lyric hates women and Finnish people. I'm just make a list. All the people that we accidentally. Sorry, Finland.
Sorry, Finland. Coming in the morning. I do love women though. I have never been to Finland though. Sorry, but Toni Storm versus Saraya happened. Man, if they ignored me in my city like that, in my home, in my casa,
they're chanting for Toni Storm.
I said, oh my God. And you have to think, this was also a marker that shows you how far the women's division has come. Because last year, Saraya was literally like the linchpin for the women's division heading into All In simply because she was from the UK.
And that's all it took.
And that was it. Yeah.
That's not all it takes anymore, baby. Because you see such stark reactions. Nobody wanted you anywhere near the actual attempt to be at Wembley this year, baby. Not even your own city.
They didn't care at all.
And you know what? I'm going to say real quick, right? Your boyfriend talking crazy. I
just saw it. So I didn't see it at first until like right before like we turned the stream on. And I said, oh my God.
And I won't get it. I won't talk about it at length because, but what I will say, girl, fuck you. Fuck you. Shut the fuck up, dumbass nigga. That's all.
From Lyric's iPhone.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my Amazon with my Alexa.
The demons.
Sorry. But no, he's talking crazy. Hey man, I think that it's just really funny. It's just really funny how far the division has come. That's all I'm gonna say. But Toni Storm, I was like, Toni Storm is all shenanigans for this match. But I'm gonna be honest, I was just like, I don't blame her for. Don't even pull out your good shit.
What else would you be?
With all shenanigans. And also, Harley Cameron, perhaps I judged you too harshly.
No, you didn't. No. We're not doing that. No redemption tour. No revisionist history. We judged her appropriately.
Okay. Well, yeah.
She's just getting better.
Yes, I've been impressed by her.
See, we judged you appropriately at the time, but you're just improving. And that's okay. That's cool.
Yes, she has improved. And
I'm not taking shit back, though.
Yes, for that time, it was crazy for her to be on Dynamite in the one women's match the week before pay-per-view. You're right. Thank you for reminding me of the circumstances of that judgment. Okay. Next, we had the match. Cash Money Kazu versus Claudio Castagnoli. Oh my God.
And baby, let me tell you, Cash Money Kazu meant this shit today.
Are you mad?
You know what?
Are we lying?
He said these checks be coming in every 2 weeks. They got to be like an overseas bonus or something. And baby, he was taking it to the bank. And Claudio, is always okay. Claudio is always a good match and can be a great match. Um, I think depending on the circumstances, he's very reliable to give you a good one.
Correct.
But this brought out the best of him for sure as well. Because I will tell you, I knew we were in for a good one. We had, I can't remember what the move was, but we had a counter within the first like 4 minutes. And I was like, hold on. They gotta mention each other's freak.
Bro, Okada said, I done been on this show for a while now, and I done heard this person called himself best in the world. Heard this person called himself best in the world. He said, everybody, y'all forgot about me? He said, you know what? I gotta remind y'all. He said, sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas certified bully man. I'm the one that up the skull with him. I said, oh my gosh, Big Kazoo is locked in. You saw for the whole first
refreshing.
For the whole first 13 minutes, he ain't crack a smile.
No.
Bro was locked in.
He said, now what is this? What? And I do think that, they're two guys at similar heights.
They look like mirrors of each other.
Styles that kind of like overlap, so they have things that they can each do very well separately, but it's like a little Venn diagram in the middle. That was also very interesting to see that, that dichotomy, because babes, that drop kick Okada hit towards the end, I said that is a vertical people would kill for. That was insane. And then Claudio with the 20 of the big swings. Cash Money Kazu, not a small man, bro. And he all legs. All legs.
Listen.
But go ahead.
Listen, man. Y'all, I had tears in my eyes. Everybody knows that typically Okada don't get hot for real until 20 minutes in. So the fact that he got heated up that early on in the match, I said, oh my God, this motherfucker is locked in, y'all. And the thing about Okada is that he doesn't have a lot of moves. He doesn't. But he knows how to time his moves so perfectly. His in-ring IQ is so high. Like, I love like being immersed in a match because like I was just enjoying the science of it all, of just like, these are two freak athletes. These are two. If you want to build the perfect wrestler from scratch, they have like, that's the perfect like standard Japanese top guy body type. What?
Claudio is bald, so you have to factor that in.
Dani, please, can we be serious for 1 second? I was locked in just now, man. I was really trying to get my shit off.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Aside from being bald, these are like what you want in like, the perfect wrestler like body type, right? And this, I mean, bro, what I love about this era of Okada is that, let's just be real, and I know a lot of people still feel salty he left New Japan, and I think that there's that's a very real feeling. But let's just be real. For a lot of parts, and most recently in Okada's career over the last few years, it has felt like he has been on autopilot. He's great, but he can literally jog to a 4-star match at this point, unless that's just the truth. And I have felt like very few opponents have left him feeling inspired, have genuinely like made him feel challenged. I think that Bryan Danielson in the Tokyo Dome was probably the only one who has done that for him, and that's why like he broke down in tears afterwards.
There's few people that wake Okada up.
Correct.
There's few people that wake Okada up, and he was up
in this match because he like Okada don't get thrown around like that.
No, which was also fun because he said,
"It was
what
so
do you mean? Doing to me?" He said, "Am I Darby Allin on the fucking side? What the fuck?"
It was fun watching him just get like his shit rocked.
And I really enjoyed, you talk about in-ring IQ, even I think that I could talk all day about how AEW overuses the time limit draws now. Um, and I think that this was an example of something that did not need a time limit draw. But Okada, knowing that time is running out, and he said, "Baby, I'm not letting go of these fucking ropes. You gonna have to drag my ass to the center of the ring." That would not have made a lot of sense for a wrestler who does not come across as intelligently as Okada does in the ring.
100%.
That's ring awareness. That's and obviously all of it is like kayfabe, but like his character, it makes sense for you to think like that.
100%.
And to talk about the time limit draws, look, I mean, I am just a firm proponent of the fact that I think we should only be using time limit draws in situations where the opponents are just so evenly matched and the rivalry is so unpredictable. To me, so far, the only real match that I think warranted a time limit draw was Omega Danielson. Everything else, I feel like we could have found a finish for. And I get some people are like they prefer that over a roll up or a count out. And I agree. I don't love like, false finishes anyway. But I think the time limit draw in particular, in an AEW where you have such high caliber wrestlers everywhere, up and down the roster, the whole way, we cannot just start resorting to that as like nobody can afford to lose, time limit draw, you know? Yeah, and the 60-minute draw for Hangman Bryan, I'll also allow.
Yes.
But we just can't start resorting to that because everybody on the roster is really fucking good. So if you start looking at things and you're like, well, he can't lose, draw. It's not, I don't think that that's very creative or intelligent booking.
Yeah, I didn't mind the draw here if it means that they have a rematch. I'm fine with draws if it means that there will be another match. Like, for example, like Hangman Bryan, right? That meant that they were going to go to they had a rematch. Like, even like Hangman and Swerve earlier this year having that draw made sense. They both went to Revolution. If Okada and Claudio have a rematch, hopefully at All Out, I'm okay with this because I would love to see an extension of this match on pay-per-view. But if it doesn't,
thing is, my argument is they're gonna do an extension of the match regardless because AEW love their trilogies. AEW loves the rematch and sometimes the rematch after the rematch. So to me, a lot of the times I'm like the draw ends up not meaning anything at all, and then it just kind of feels like a moot point. Case in point to me, Osprey MJF. Did we need that? What did
no.
that tell you? What did that tell you that a promo couldn't tell you? What did the match itself was great. I'm talking about the finish, the booking of the finish, because it's supposed to put one guy over or, one guy under. This, we didn't need to do that. And I just think it's a slippery slope when you're like, all right, well, they are going to fight again. Everybody's going to fight again in AEW. Everybody. They love doing that.
It's the name of the game. Fight forever.
Fight forever, baby.
But shout out to this match, man.
It
Amazing.
moved me. I needed
really need a rematch on pay-per-view. Great stuff from Claudio. I think Claudio has been fantastic this year. Claudio's been fantastic. Honestly, I would say always, but especially going back from the Continental Classic up until now, his singles matches have really moved me. And Okada, like, my only critique about Okada is I just want him to wrestle more because when he does, this is like his, best match since the Pac match easily at Dynasty. But shout out to Okada. He was locked in. Like, this is the big rainmaker, bitch. Yeah.
This was the vision I think a lot of people had when they first signed him.
Correct. I agree. I felt like this is the closest that we have felt to what he was signed for.
Yes. And I wasn't mad. I'm not mad at him doing all the other stuff. Like you said, I want him to wrestle more. And we've talked about it a million times over, but we want a feud for him. You need somebody that's going to consistently wake him up.
Absolutely. But I love this from Okada, and I hope that they get to do it again. That was more so the thing, and I think that this was a reminder that he could very much make history as a Japanese talent in America, as being the guy. Like, just the way that we talk about the Ospreys, the MJFs, and all these guys, like Okada could easily be world champion tomorrow. And I think he reminded everybody, like, no, I'm really
still
him.
that guy.
I'm still him.
I'm still him.
I might like the jokey joke. He said I might like to do a little jokey joke now. He said I'm a very silly guy, but I'm still him.
Born to giggle, forced to lock in.
Correct. This is beautiful. We had our glorious EVPs come out. They said you will not get 5 more minutes because the crowd was chanting 5 more minutes. I also like to say, Matthew Jackson, you are so cunty.
You're very princessy tonight. You certainly were.
I mean, the pearls are getting bigger. He's amazing. The Acclaim came out there, and listen, Max Caster, you called them princesses. You meant it to bury them, but you didn't know that they were a seed. Executive Vice Princesses. The PVP stands for princess.
As myself, as you know, the self-proclaimed and fan-voted people's princess, I don't really get what the insult is here, you know? But whatever. This match was, I want to say this. Kind of unrelated, but again, who gonna check me? I wish that anybody in the world other than FTR had that song, because I love that music so much. I love the aesthetic so much. And then out come Baldy Locks, and I'm like, okay, I'm done.
It reminds me of Stranger Things season 3.
I've never seen that show, but I believe you. I've never seen most things. I feel like when people talk about stuff, I'm like,
like, and it especially reminds me because, like, so in 2023 when I went to Toronto for Forbidden Door, there was like the Stranger Things experience in Toronto, and I went, and like they kind of like got like it set up as scenes from the show, and so like in season 3 they essentially, because obviously the show takes place in the 80s, so it's like this futurist 80s mall, not futuristic, but like this retro 80s mall, and like all these signs, kind of like it just reminds you a lot of like the FTR theme song and aesthetic, but
like arcade.
Yes, exactly.
Like I really wish anybody else in the fucking world had that shit besides them, because like, y'all know, can't stand FTR, but every time I hear
and then when they put the Wednesdays video with the music, it made so much sense. But this was fun. This was cute. I will say, AEW don't miss on trios matches, man. Like they really don't miss on these 6-man.
And yet still we struggle with the trios division sometimes. But I actually really enjoyed this match. Darby had them little bitches moving. He said, nah, come on, fuck all that. I know y'all, FTR is another group, particularly the bald one. You know what? We can add that to list of communities that we have beef with. So, Black people, women, Finland, bald people.
When did we start beefing with Black people?
We say the N-word, Lyric.
But we are the N-word. Wait.
I play too much out here. People let me relax. Let me relax.
Don't clip that. Oh, God.
I might clip it. I might. You know what's funny though? I be thinking all the time. I'm like, you think people from Body Slam watch the show? Because if they do, how?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, nah, forget that. I be wondering if people like we know in real life be watching this like on the sneak tip sometimes. Like that's what. I ain't gonna lie. If I go to work, if I ever went to work like on a Thursday morning and somebody said that was a good stream you had last night, Lyric, I think I'd literally piss myself. Just oh, Danny's frozen. It's always so awkward after like something crazy has been said on the stream, and then like Danny goes frozen because like I feel like I just get stuck like by myself, and I just got to sit with the consequences of my own actions, and it's just like. And then I just have to deal with all y'all in the comments saying, Lyric, that's crazy. And I'm just looking at here with my hand sitting on my hands, you know. I just want y'all to know by the time we do this show, it's nearly 10:30. Everybody's exhausted, near delirious. You know? Just say I'm going all out. I'm gonna be honest, I want to go to all out, but right before I waited too long to buy a flight, and now it's extra $200 for a flight to all out than it was. And I don't think I can justify that cost. And I'm really upset about it. So maybe if prices go down, I'm gonna go to all out, and I really want to go because I have been present for every pay-per-view Hangman Swerve match. I was at Wrestle Dream. I was at Full Gear last year. I was at Revolution. And I just feel like I need to be there. I need to see it. But we shall see. And I've never done an all out. So like I would love to say I've been to every AEW pay-per-view, but I've never done all out. Never done Double or Nothing. Done Revolution. I've done what else have I done? Wrestle Dream. I've done All In London. I've done Forbidden Door. I've done Full Gear. So yeah. Who knows? But like I said, I would like to go to All Out. We'll see though. So if you know anybody who would like to fund my my flight, just send them my way. Still waiting for Danny to come back. We've had some technical difficulties, and I feel like this always happens like right before we're like 2 segments or like a match or something away. I've been to Full Gear 2 years in a row. So I went when it was in the Prudential Center in 2022. So that was the night. That was my first ever pay-per-view. First time ever I got on a plane like to a wrestling pay-per-view. And that was the night that the Elite returned. And then obviously last year, I'm gonna be honest,
They tried to silence me.
Yeah.
Big Body Slam caught wind of what we're saying on here.
They said what she said. Bro, but what I was saying, I said if I was ever in the break room on a Thursday morning, somebody said, Lyric, that was a great stream last night, I think I'd piss myself.
You would have to. I would have to kill myself probably.
I'd have to go on witness protection for real.
At this rate. God damn. Although I'm not really scared of Finland.
I'm not scared. I think you know what? It's really how do I say it? Say this, and I don't mean this, but because it's wrestling, it's almost like armor. I feel like I can say almost anything that I want in hear me out. I feel like I can say so much like in wrestling spaces or like on a wrestling podcast because to people who aren't wrestling fans, most of what I'm saying sounds like gibberish. So like most of everything we talk about. So like you can almost you can slip stuff in there here and there, and they'll probably never catch it.
I don't think we're very subtle.
But here's the thing, though.
I think maybe other people could get away with that. I think we're pretty.
But no, this is a gag. You got to think. Non-wrestling fans are never going to stay this long in a stream. They'll watch about maybe 2-3 minutes. We start talking about Hangman. They don't know who the fuck that is. They're logging out.
Fair enough.
By the time we get to this, I'm gonna be honest. When we get to this mark, an hour and 22 minutes in, this is real sickos only.
Is there anybody still here? That's crazy.
It's 448 people here.
Why?
You know, I forgot. I don't be telling you how many people are on the stream, and I think that contributes to why we just be talking like.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't know. I can never see how many people are on here.
People in the chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can never see how many people are on here. So then when like 2 people are like talking to us, I'm like, damn, okay, it's both people that are listening. And then Lyric be like, oh, this amount of people. I'm like, I shouldn't have said that.
But you know what though? I realized that so much crazy stuff. We say certain things on on this show, and I'll think that that's crazy. But then like we'll log in on Twitter the next day and like we'll hear like what other people say on their shows, and I'm just like, oh wow, you don't say nothing that crazy at all.
You want to? We should start introducing.
No.
The end of the night. The end of the night. We'll call it like immunity necklace. And you can say one thing that you probably shouldn't say. Guys, who's with me? Although unfortunately I'm not very good at stopping myself anyway. But
somebody said Hangman got the nickname from hanging someone. Well, yes. Yes. He used to hang people in Ring of Honor. Yeah. Honestly,
he should bring that back. Not in this feud. But
my thing is, I hate to say it, but y'all, as long as like he's feel free to do whatever the rope is, as long as his opponent isn't black. Like, I mean,
y'all are
I don't care.
Someone said the Antarctica made them stay. That's crazy. I hope you know what? First and foremost, we're educational.
And also, we can't get kicked off the air, man. We can't get kicked off the air.
Well, maybe not you. One of these days, it's either going to be like a drone strike or lightning that just hits me. Yeah. Because I fear every day I get closer and closer to the U.S. government knocking on my door. And then eventually God's going to be like, you know.
Can you imagine if that's the day that Jesus put his sandals back on and he's just going to be like, you know.
Like, girl.
Girl.
Girl. It's like the rapture and God coming out, he like assigning everybody. He's like, you. Girl, we didn't even got to talk about you.
He don't say anybody but you. Anybody but you.
It's like you waiting outside for the VIP. They picking and choosing girls. You. Aw.
You know,
I would say I had one more wrestling related thing to say. Just I forgot. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. Darby had that little bald bitch moving, which he don't like to do. Stop making that face. I don't fucking like FTR, and I want everybody to know it. And Lyric, I know you've got your own little thing with them, and you have, you've gotten into it with them and their fan base. Bring all.
Every time Dani says some crazy shit, her stream be freezing.
And they don't make white people crazier than me. I guarantee you that.
You don't understand. You were like frozen for half of that, and then suddenly we just heard that last sentence, and it was like, oh. But
yeah, I was just gonna say I'm really excited for Darby and Jack Perry now, because I've gone like up and down in that match and like how much I cared. I feel like I know it's gonna be. I hate AEW like monetizing like all for the sickos, so I'm gonna just start saying freaks. It's real freaky. That match is gonna be real freaky, and we always knew that, but I wasn't like. I'm really excited now to see what spots they're going to do, because this was, this is just a few days before the pay-per-view, and I'm like, Darby Allin has no regard for his own life.
Darby is going to climb that arch at Wembley and jump off of it.
That's my biggest fear. And I wish that I could say that like jokingly, like, oh my God, of course nobody would ever do that. There's something wrong with this guy. And there's something wrong with AEW being like, I think you can do that.
Bro, and also the thing is like, bro, Darby, he reminds me so much of myself he'll look at something, he'll be like, I can do that.
See, okay. I have a huge diluted sense of self. And so I understand because I'm like, I would be fine. Maybe the rest of you, because I had this conversation at work the other day, and I started a new job. So I probably shouldn't have shared this early, but my boss was talking to me, and he was like, we ended up talking about like shark bites or whatever, which is crazy because Lyric actually, you guys missed it before we started the stream. Lyric was kickboxing this shark named Lil Trevante. He was an orphan too, so I don't know why she felt the need to target a little orphan great white shark. You know what you did. So we can add that to the list.
I tortured a shark. I can't.
Finland.
I can't swim.
The bald community and
I can't swim.
Orphaned great white sharks.
I can't swim.
I also said that you were kickboxing the shark, and the shark doesn't have feet. So
why would I kickbox a shark on land?
Because it'll be easier than in the sea because you can't fucking swim, and it can't be on land.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. What are we talking about?
And this is why Dynamite can't go to 3 hours, because bro, this
oh my god,
so fucked. This shit is gonna get so fucked so fast.
But can we talk about why the fuck do you need an overrun on a taped show?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. And the thing is, I heard, people were saying in the comments, they edited some parts out.
Well, I mean, I get that. I mean, I really
and
do.
It still went over.
More. Edit more. Matter of fact, you could have kept that Jericho match.
Yeah.
And, shout out to the Dynamite kid because it's nothing personal. You actually had a pretty good showing. Wish you all the best. Did I need Chris Jericho here today? Because he spoke and then wrestled.
Double segment.
Double homicide. I can't live like this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Dynamite goes for 3 hours. I'm not gonna say this show is over, but there's gonna have to be some conversations to be had. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if I'm doing that for free.
Look, I mean, I've said it a million times. I'm pretty morally flexible. Can be convinced to do a lot of things. Yeah. But I just don't think that anybody would be happy with what we had to say after a 3-hour Dynamite. Because even if we loved it, it would be like the most. We spent half an hour trying to figure out something that we could have Googled so easily.
Yeah, we'd be delirious. And also, like, with as much as we work personally, ain't no telling what's coming out of my mouth after 11.
No, honestly. So you know what? Do you have an immunity necklace statement? You have anything controversial you just want to share?
No. Nope.
It's no fun if you don't participate.
I don't have anything controversial. I've been saying a lot of my hot takes recently. I've been trying to free myself.
Oh, well, you know me. I will take my first immunity necklace to say that I am not excited top to bottom about the All-In card. I'm not. I wish I was.
Oh, that's a hot take?
Look, I don't know. I mean, people are excited and understandably so.
I think I'm excited for things that have nothing to do with the wrestling. I'm excited to see the stage. I'm excited to hear the crowd. Like the crowd, I think I'm excited for the spectacle.
See, I don't care about that. And I think that in my mind, like the best card that I can remember as of recent, and I'm super biased, was Dynasty. And
Revolution.
I prefer Dynasty, but Revolution also. But I look at both of those and I'm like, I think all of those would have been better Wembley matches than what we're getting.
I
And
think
the
what
vast
happened
majority.
is, I think the thing is, with having a roster like this, I think a lot of politicking has to take place. And I think that Tony promised a lot of people stadium matches. Too many.
And Pac, I'm gonna get justice for you. Bring a knife.
Yeah. Swerve Bryan. I would like to say this. Nigel did a good job, but we didn't get to see him interact with Bryan, which makes me think they must be saving it for some reason.
Also, don't give AEW too much credit. They might also just be stupid.
No, I'm not even saying this to give AEW credit. There have been so many occasions recently where Nigel will be in the vicinity of Bryan. Like, for example, the final of the Owen Hart Cup. Nigel being on commentary on Dynamite, where he's typically not on Dynamite. But for the Bryan Hangman final, there's been several coincidences recently when Nigel is in the vicinity, but him and Bryan never come face to face. And if you've been listening to him on commentary, he's been teasing things of just like, Yuta might be leaving the Black Bull Combat Club soon, or Claudio might be leaving soon. Then today we find out that for a qualifier match for that London Trios match, it's going to be Top Flight and Leo Rush versus Yuta, Claudio, and Pac. I'm just saying, there's a lot of coincidence.
I agree with you, but I think this was the culmination. I don't think that we will get anything past this. I think that this was,
No.
Okay.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Queen. Girl pussy boss.
Yeah. No. I have like delusion. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Zack Sabre Jr. winning the G1 Climax unleashed a dangerous woman. I now believe that any of my delusions can come true in wrestling.
And
I believe I can have any and everything I want. And guess what? I will have it. That's what Hangman said. I will have it.
You don't get it. I do. Yeah, I'm fully with that. And I think that is actually a good last thing to say. Zack Sabre Jr., we're so proud of you. Mwah, mwah. And we've been waiting on this day for you. Yeah, you're gonna do amazing things. You're taking it all away, baby. You're taking the whole thing. You're taking it all. It's all yours.
Absolutely. Also I will say shout out to Swerve. Like, I will say there's been a lot of ups and downs in this build or whatever. But Swerve has consistently been the best part. When he said, listen, if you try to go in Washington State, you go to Defy, I'm gonna beat your ass. You try to go to the Arena Mexico and wrestle under a mask,
guess
I'm
what?
gonna beat your ass.
You might be chilling in the crib. Guess what?
I'm gonna beat your ass.
And okay, what I will say about this build, I've actually liked it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Swerve's been carrying, and he has been. But I wish that we could have gotten this reaction from Danielson a few weeks back. So we could have had more space between this and the match so that it could build more and feel more authentic. I get what they were doing. I just think that if we were going to do this, we should have started this a few weeks back.
I agree. And I also think that I'm sorry. Brian Danielson, I just don't understand why every single interview that you've done over the last 2 weeks, you've just been like, I'm cool if I lose. Like, I don't care, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm ready to go home.
Just like me, for real.
Like, and I get that, but I think especially like you put the Brian Danielson interviews next to that Hangman interview today. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that you can't sleep at night. That if you lose this shit.
I get that. I get that. But I also think like I said, I would have been totally cool with that had we done that like a month ago. And then like 3 weeks ago, him have this reaction, But I also like the idea a little bit of Danielson being so good, he doesn't have to lose sleep over it. Hey, other talent so obsessed and so whatever. Because you can always run with that of him being like, I could do without it,
But they
and then
didn't do
everybody's
that well.
fucking mad because they're like, you don't even fucking care. You're just, you're just that good. You don't even fucking care anymore.
I don't feel like it was done well, though. I think you're right about
I
that, but I
agree.
don't think it was executed well. But I do think that, man, Swerve, he's wearing his eye makeup again, the look crazy. Man, him and Hangman, y'all deranged ass eyes. Not gonna lie, I'm already excited for All Out. I want to know
When
what y'all gonna do to each
look,
other this time.
y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to All Out,
Me
and I just want you. I don't know. I want to go so bad, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. But I want y'all to know that if I'm not able to go, I actually spoke to Tony Khan. The event is canceled. So I'll make an announcement as soon as I know, so that nobody else like waste their money or anything. But yes, if I cannot be in physical attendance for All Out, there actually will not be a show. I appreciate your understanding and your support at this time, and we will regroup and have a great end of year. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know either. I was telling them while you were reconnecting. I was just like, I waited too long to buy a ticket because but now it's going up like $200, and so I don't know. I can't justify that purchase.
Dan, you don't get to uncancel it. So I hate to break that to you. I've actually already spoken to the event. The decision is made. If I can't go, will be no event. I want to go so bad,
So
but I have
bad.
to work that day, and it's also my sister's birthday, so it's gonna be a
Brittany?
tough sell. Brittany, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god! Happy birthday, Brittany! Brittany don't want to go all
Happy
out.
birthday, Brittany. I think she hates fun.
Oh,
Um, but also she would have to drive because I can't drive.
oh,
So it's like,
for real.
and it's not too bad. Like we could do it in a day, but then it turns into a thing because she'll probably want to stay a few days. I just don't know. But again, like I said, I will keep y'all posted on whether or not All Out is even happening because it might not even happen. So
Yeah, but we have come to an end once again. It's all out week. Not all out week. It's all in week. I'm actually really excited, and I don't think
no,
I'm
it's not.
excited. Well, it's all in week, and I'm excited because it just feels like a very special time. Like not just for like AEW, but like I have a lot of friends who are in the UK. Like people making a week out of it, going to Cardiff, to London. Like I love seeing people happy. Rev Pros this weekend.
I don't feel that way about British people.
Oh, okay. Well, um, um,
Oh, Adam
oh,
list.
okay. Michael Oku had a dark match. Him and Amira had a dark match at Cardiff, which is exciting. The big Rev Pro show, ZSJ versus Hechicero. We have Danny Luna versus Mina Shirakawa, Michael Oku versus Luke Jacobs. I'm excited. Like I am excited for the full weekend. I think it's just going to be a lot of cool stuff. And you know what? I just think that it's exciting to like for me. Like I don't really like for a stadium show. Like it's really cool. Like to like be into it. Like obviously, like I watched WrestleMania this year, but like that's not really like my shit. I don't be knowing what's going on honestly half the time. So it's like kind of cool to like tune into something like that of a product that I actually follow. Um, and I'm excited this year because I just feel like it's going to be so much bigger. I'm excited to see the entrances. I'm excited to see what people do for their gears. I'm also excited to see what's added to the card. I hope there's a few battle royals. 0 hours supposed to be 2 hours this year.
I hear you, and I wish I shared that excitement. I don't really. I'm sure it'd be fun because AEW, like, it's always fun. AEW pay per views for the most part, like even if you don't feel good about it going into it, you feel good about it coming out of it. So I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like rah, 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 grumpy old neckbeard. If I ever get like that, take me out back and shoot like a horse with two legs. But my point is, coming out, I'm more excited about what is going to come out of All In to lead to All Out, if that makes sense. Like, I'm more excited about the repercussions of All In for All Out.
You know, and I think also too, they have a lot to do. I think like they're gonna have to do some surprises. Like I'm excited for the sister. You know, like I think that I'm excited for Spectacle, but can you apologize for the what?
What?
What is this?
That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. But yeah, I think also I'm excited. So I'm moving this weekend. So like I'm excited to like be it's not like a big deal or anything, but I'm excited to like be settled in and also to experience it from home. I didn't experience it from home, like, you know, and also guess what, guys? A pay-per-view at 1 p.m.
Y'all, she went to London last year. She's different. She's rich.
Well, yes. Well, not rich, because if I was rich, I'd be back. But I'm excited to be home for a pay-per-view at 1 p.m. Watch a pay-per-view for 4 hours.
Like that.
They can do this shit all day. They can do this shit all day. At that point, I can go to sleep right after it. This is great. A midday pay-per-view with some DoorDash.
I hate that.
Okay, you hate fun.
But you know,
me wrapped up in my blankets at home with the DoorDash in my.
We were about to end the show. We were close to ending the show, and we just can't. I'm sorry. Kenny Omega. I
and Konosuke
well in your recovery. I can't believe and Konosuke I cannot believe that we almost did this. We would never disrespect you like that, King.
Never.
We got an update saying that you're recovering well, and I hope that you do exactly what you need to be happy and healthy. We are rooting for you. We love you. This was a fun Dynamite. It's going to be a great All In, but there will always be a Kenny Omega sized hole in their product.
100%.
Love you, Funky.
Amazing. I hope you're doing well. You're doing amazing. Shout out to you and that King Kota Ibushi. You are lovely. Konosuke Takeshita, you had the G1 run of a lifetime. You are amazing. You are incredible. You are outstanding. You are, I mean, to Konosuke Takeshita, if Tony Khan doesn't push you to the moon when you get back, we ride at dawn.
And all of that a million times over. Also, if he doesn't push you to the moon and you just want to like talk about it, I'm here to listen.
Yes, we offer mental health services as well. And
I'll say.
Yeah, I think we need to stop here because when we start getting delusional, start talking like this, we forget we're on camera. But thank you all for listening to this edition of the Dynamite Book. Listen, I have been putting content back out lately. I put out a podcast episode today with Charlie. We talked about All In, and we talked about ZSJ win, and we talked about Royal Quest. And I'm putting out one tomorrow, all about the G1 recap. And I had Walker Stewart on, the English voice of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Have articles coming out this week. I've been pushing myself really hard. I'm trying to get back locked in, guys. I know it's been a while, and I've been I missed wrestling so much. And I think it's so funny because so many people have been talking about like how they feel checked out of wrestling. Honestly, I've been feeling terrible because I feel like I haven't been able to engage with wrestling as much as I would like to. There's so much happening. I'm behind on the N1. I'm behind on the 5-star Grand Prix. I finished the G1, but by the grace of God, I'm really excited about wrestling. I really am excited about wrestling. Like, yeah, I am. And so, yeah, super exciting stuff. Best of luck to everybody who's going to All In, who's watching All In. I hope everybody has a great time. I won't promise that.
I hope you have a really good time, not a great time, because I'm not there. So I hope it's really good, but
yes,
not great.
Not without me though. but yeah, I hope everybody really enjoys the weekend. Yeah. So you got anything you want to plug? Want to say?
I do. If you're still here for some reason, please, 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 go to my account at Dani Don't Miss and comment some of your favorite hater moments.
Yes.
These Op Olympics is actually some of my favorite work. Oh, Moyes. Yeah, the Op Olympics. I think it has huge. It's gonna be fun. So please make sure that you think about some of the meanest moments that you can remember. Tag me in them or DM me, because I love hate. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, check Black Girl Wrestling this week for a couple new articles from us, and our TikTok and our YouTube are being revived. So in case you wanna giggle with the girls on camera, please do that. But most importantly, Op Olympics, please, please, please.
Raise the roof. All right. You can find me at Lyric Wrestling on the Twitters and the Instagram. And you can subscribe at Lyric Swinton on YouTube. But until next time, this has been another chapter of the Dynamite book. And the door is closed. Okay. We will see you next week on the road to All Out.
Goodbye and good night.